Okay, so here is quiz number 7. And wanting to solve 3 equations in 3 letters. Remember how we solve 3 equations in 3 letters? You have to get rid of one letter from all 3 equations. So it doesn't matter what letter. What would be easiest? I don't know exactly. Maybe I'll choose this Z here, and because use something that has no number in front, which would really means a 1. To do it, it'd probably be the easiest way. So I'm going to use that to get rid of this Z and that Z. So there'll be no more Z's in the problem. So what am I going to do? What's going to get rid of the 5Z? I got to make this minus 5. So I'm going to take the first equation here and multiply by minus 5 all the way through. So I'll get minus 10x plus 15y minus 5z is plus 15. Everybody see that? I multiplied through that top equation by minus 5, and now I'll just bring down the second equation, unchanged, x minus 5y plus 5z is minus 11, and then when I add them up, see how these cancel? That was the plan. So what do we got here? Minus 10 plus 1 is minus 9x plus 10y equals what? 4. Okay, so there's an equation that no longer has z in it. Now I'm going to redo this and use the second and third. I'll bring the third one over here. 3x minus y minus 3z is 13. And I'm going to go back and make a different plan with the first equation. Now I'm going to multiply it by 3. And I'll get 6x minus 9y plus 3z is minus 9. See how that got rid of the z's? I made that plus 3z, which is the opposite of minus 3z, so those would cancel. So I'm getting rid of z from all the equations. So minus 10y, this is minus 9 minus 1. What's that? Minus 4. All right, so now I've got 2 equations that don't have z. Bring this one over here. 9x minus 10y is minus 4. Bring that one over. Whoops, I just noticed a little mistake. This is plus y here, isn't it? One little mistake, man. So then this is going to be minus 8y. There we go. Whew. Minus 8y. Okay, now these equations, if I add them up, the x's cancel and I get 2y is 0. Is that right? Or did I make a small mistake again there? Whoops, I'm just making lots of mistakes here. This is plus 4. Plus 4, so this is 8. Here we go. Crazy, I'm making lots of mistakes. So y is 4. So we got an answer for y. Now, how do we go back and get the other answers? Well, we plug in, I'm going to need to plug that y back into one of these. Like, how about like into this one that has just 2 letters? So I'll take 9x minus 8y is 4. I'm going to plug in y is 4. So what do I get then? 9x minus 8 times 4 is 4. 9x minus 32 is 4. Add the 32. 9x is 36 over 9. X is 4. So we got an answer for x, got an answer for y. Now we need z. Go back to one of the beginning ones, like how about that first one? 2x minus 3y plus 1z is negative 3. And let's plug in x is 4, y is 4. 2 times 4 minus 3 times 4 plus 1z is minus 3. 8 minus 12 plus z is minus 3 minus 4 plus z is minus 3. Add 4. z is 1. So there's the answer, 4, 4, 1, x, y, z, 4, 4, 1 on that one. Okay, so on this problem, we're supposed to graph both of these. So to graph anything, you have to get y alone. So I'm going to graph this equation. I'm going to divide by 5. And so I'll get y alone. That's going to be x over 5. It cancels out here. Now, I need to see 3 numbers in order to graph. So I'm going to have to put a 1 up here and a plus 0 there. So that'll allow me to graph that one. We start at 0. So that'll be right here in the middle. And then this is rise over run. So I go up 1 over 5. Up 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the second dot. Connect those dots. Like that. Alright. And now for the red line. Again, you gotta get y alone. So I'm going to grab the x and jump it over. So before y less than or equal to negative x plus 4. Then divide through by 4. And I get y, these cancel, less than or equal to negative x over 4 plus 1. Put a 1 up here because you got to have the 3 numbers. We start here at up 1. 1, that's our first dot, and then it's rise over run. So I rise negative 1 means go down 1 over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. Connect those dots. There's that line. Okay, now how does the shading go? Because we're looking for the overlap of the 2 shadings. Okay, so now we got to do the shading. Below the red graph, let's start with the purple graph. The purple graph, it says y is less. See how y is on the narrow side of the symbol? That means below. Y is less. Shade below. And then over here, y is less on the red one. So that means below. Okay. And so where do the 2 shadings overlap? That would be this region below both lines where the 2 shadings overlap. There we go. Let's go to number 3. Okay, so here we go on number 3. There's 3 inequalities. First off, we got to get y alone. So grab this guy, jump him over. So it becomes minus 4y greater than or equal to minus 5x minus 8. And then to finish getting y alone, we got to divide through by negative 4. But remember, when we divide by a negative, we have to flip the symbol. When divide by negative, flip the symbol. So there we go. So flip the symbol, so we get whoops, I forgot to flip the symbol. Y less than or equal to, the 2 negatives here cancel, so we get 5/4 x, 2 negatives here cancel, plus 2. Okay, so we got that one. Now let's go over and do the purple one. So I'm going to jump the 4x over to the other side, y less than or equal to minus 4x plus 8. That one's done. In fact, why don't I move the orange one over there? What is that one? That's y greater than or equal to negative 2. Okay, so we've got 3 equations. This one, and this one. We're going to put them all on one axis system now. Okay, so the red one, so we get y alone, starts up at 2. 1, 2, right there. And then goes rise over run. It goes up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there, connect those 2 dots. There's the red line. So I started at 2, Went up 5 and over 4. Now the purple one starts at 8 and goes down 4 over 1. Rise over run. So it starts at 8. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right there. And it goes down 4, down 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. Like that. Okay. And then the orange one just hits the y-axis at -2. So that's 1. Oops. 1, 2 right there. -1, -2. Okay. And where are we supposed to shade? Well, we're supposed to shade underneath the red graph. So underneath the red graph. And the purple graph says less than y less than, that's under the purple graph. Under the purple graph. And finally with the orange graph, y greater above the orange graph. So above the orange graph. So where do all three shadings overlap? Right in this little triangle. Right there. That's the final answer to the question. There we go.